What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here, and today we're going to be playing the Lies of P demo. I have actually not really been following this game too much, aside from maybe some, tweets posted on the official Twitter account. But aside from that, and a few of the cryptic little images they provided, this is probably the biggest piece of information we've got, aside from the reveal trailer and the release date, which we now know is coming out on the 19th. Which is a little bit after the August date that they had initially promised, but that's really not too big of a deal. If I'm being honest, I actually prefer the fact that we actually have a little bit more time for the game to be developed, so it can be hopefully fine-tuned and polished by the time it releases. So I think we're good with that, right? I'm blind as a bat, so I like to crank up the brightness as much as possible. All right. This is version 1.000.000. We're going to go to new game, of course. I actually do like the little autosave icon. That's pretty neat. Consume Fable slots to use Fable arts. Fable arts vary for each blade and handle of a weapon. Okay, so the weapons are broken up into pieces. In honor of the great writer Carlo Collodi.
Can you hear me? Geppetto's puppet. We need your help.
Nice. So he's definitely like an animatronic type being, or at least powered by this. Wow, it looks really good. That looks great. Okay. We can move. Now, obviously, you know me. I'm going to be jumping into all the buttons here. So, oh wow. They have the what do you call it? The established, the very well-known butt scratch whenever you don't have an item. That's a very Dark Souls type animation there. That's hilarious. So X doesn't seem to do anything. Square, obviously we don't have any heals or anything like that. If we press down, what does this button do? Can't do anything there either. So square is just scratch your butt. Okay, R1, R1, R2, L1, L2. There you go. L2 is the very first way we can strike, which is very strange. I saw that at the bottom. It says left arm of steel. And oddly enough, I don't know, I thought that was stamina, but it actually must be the fact that it's malfunctioning, because I can't even strike anymore when I hold L2. That's weird. Maybe the weapons will be R1 and R2, and then you have our arm designated to the left trigger instead. That's interesting. No way to sprint or anything so far, so alright. Well, interact. That's pretty cool, because it's like Gemini.
But we have to hurry.
But it's spelled like Gemini.
My name is Sophia. Please come to Hotel Krot, and I'll explain what's happening. Jiminy, please escort him to the hotel.
Wow, Monad Snap. Do not be afraid even if you get lost in the fog. The Cricket Guide will be with you. That is pretty neat. One thing that I really like is that it's spelled like Gemini, which makes me think of like twins, or like the zodiac sign, of course, which of course has, connotations with, like I said, duplicates, twins, things like that. That is really interesting.
Find something that might help.
Twin souls, maybe, or something like that. You move really slow. They don't want us to miss a thing.
The streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there.
Oh, wow. Looks like a two-handed weapon.
Helpful on your way to the hotel.
A rapier and a scimitar. So, Path of the Cricket Balance. Looks like a curved sword, and I'm not even sure what that... Oh, that's just the handle. Okay, that's the handle. And then we have Path of the Bastard. Okay, apparently someone doesn't like dexterity builds. And then we have Path of the Sweeper, which is strength. And to be honest, I have been running dexterity builds in the last few Souls games that I've played, including Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring. So I take offense to the Path of the Bastard. But Path of the Sweeper is probably a two-handed type weapon. That would normally be the way that I play on my first playthroughs. I typically like to do strength builds because it's just very simple, and they tend to do a decent amount of damage, and they often have lots of weapons that kind of appeal to that style. But we're going to go with Path of the Bastard just because I'm just offended. Dexterity builds unite. Okay, so now we can actually move. Movement unlocked. Now we'll do my tutorial. Okay, so obviously we still can't use our item. I'm going to see if I can... Okay, left and right would... Oh, right is actually to change weapon. Okay. I got a little Jiminy Cricket. Turned on the light. That's awesome. That is a heck of a light, actually. That's a great light source. In most games, you get kind of gypped with your lamp, so I love that. Okay, and then left arm of steel. Wow, that does not replenish. Okay, I'm going to stop doing that. And then, let's see. Light attack is R1. Just a 1-2 combo, repeated. R2 is kind of like a stab and, like, I don't know what you'd call it. Not a repost, but certainly a evasive maneuver. So we can roll. Let's see. In pretty much all directions. It's a little of a slow roll. I wonder if we get iframes in that. That thing's nastily slow. Okay. Extra bag. No such thing. Alright. Triangle. Doesn't seem to do anything. L1 in triangle. So L1's block. There I go wasting my... So if you hold R2, it's a charged attack. Okay. Alright. Well, whatever. I like it. Very soulsy. Very soulsy indeed. My poor arm is about to just pop right off. That probably used all the rest of the stamina. Ooh. I like the way it looks. I am actually quite surprised. I played Steel Rising and very thoroughly, I would say. And I would say right now that this is by far better looking. There you go. No, thank you. Try again, mother. Okay, here we go. It's not gonna cut it. These like nutcracker dudes? Nutcracker police guys? If I hold circle, there you go. That's uses stamina. That's how you sprint. So holding circle is very Souls-like.
Welcome to Crop Station, everyone.
So any fan...
Here you will witness the most spectacular display of human endeavor on Earth. If Crop is your final destination, we wish you a safe and prosperous day.
Yeah, so any fan of... I'm saying a lot of the people that are going to be playing this are probably going to come right off of Elden Ring, things like that. Any fan of the Souls series in general will feel very comfortable with the controls. Okay, extra bag. Last resort. Let's see. I wish there was a way to look at it. There you go. Immediate character death upon use. Okay, this is like the dark sign. A special device that releases all of the P organ's energy at once. Dies upon use. The old man feared the possibility of his son not awakening properly and going into a frenzy. This initialization device was made as a necessary evil for delicate readjustments. Okay. Monad's lamp. We already saw that. The cricket will guide you. We saw that. It really does illuminate quite a bit. It does very well. This is, let's see, a grinder, and it repairs weapon durability. So we did see that. So weapon durability decreases each time you attack enemies with a weapon. Use the grinder to repair weapon durability. When durability is low, attack decreases. When durability falls to 0, the weapon will be destroyed and cannot be repaired with a grinder. Thus, it is advised to keep an eye on the durability gauge. To those in battle, the grinder is their lifeline. The sharpness of their blade can mean life or death. And then we have a pulse cell, which is used to restore HP. Use a pulse cell to recover HP. There is a maximum number of times pulse cells can be used. When you reach the maximum, the cell will be discharged. If you attack enemies while the cell is discharged, the pulse cell will be gradually charged. Pulse cells are ergo cells that power the P organ. They work with Stargazers and can also convert the energy from an attack's impact to recharge. That's pretty cool. So being aggressive is going to help us recharge our quote-unquote Estus flask, which is called a pulse cell in this particular game. A sawtooth wheel. This is... Oh, it's a throwing... okay, I didn't realize it was a throwable. I thought it was simply a material to craft weapons. So this is a sawtoothed wheel. Motivity is D tech. Okay, so... I'm assuming D technique means like it's kind of low. It's probably on a scale from A, or maybe even S to E. There is no advance, so it's a cogwheel that is a common sight in Krat. It can be thrown to draw an enemy's attention. Even worthless items can become useful if you collect them. Everything became useful in battle in the paralyzed city. Wow, that's cool. So I mean, we could technically equip that, right? How did I open that up? Okay, here we go. We're gonna go back. Oh, you only have one, so we do have a finite amount. And then we have gestures. Perform the check ground gesture. There's a saying in the country of the morning across the sea that goes, even stone bridges should be tapped before crossing. Interesting. And then if you look to the top right, we see a few things here. We see our, I'd call it our weight or our encumberment. So we have 28 out of 61, so only 45% encumbered, which I would say just by holding the rapier, I mean, that's quite a bit of encumberment. So I can only imagine right out of the gate with the heavier weapon will probably be, you know, already moving quite slowly. That probably explains the speed of the roll that I was complaining about earlier. And then we have 94, whatever this is. I guess it's going to be something like, you know, souls or our currency, if you will. Our physical attack is 88, plus we have some buff of 11, probably from our stats. Same thing with the physical attack for our Legion arm, which is our left arm. I'm sure that can be upgraded all throughout. And let's see, we got defense, damage reduction rate, and resistance. Okay, so you got physical, fire, electric, and acid. Those seem to be the elemental abilities, so physical damage, fire damage, electricity, and acid. We have disruption, shock, and break. So disruption is probably caused by fire, shock is caused by the blitz, and break is possibly caused by the acid. So maybe acid attacks durability. So that could be a pain. And then for the physical types of damage, we have slash, strike, and pierce. So pretty complex. I like the complexity here. They definitely didn't dally. That's cool. Okay, well, I'm happy. We have the equipment menu here. And we're going through this at kind of my pace, right? I want to go ahead and really understand what this game has to offer, the mechanics, see how sound they are, things like that, so we can jump right in and have a good time. Souls games are no mystery to me, so we're going to jump into the good stuff in just a moment. But to me, the menus and understanding the items and all that, it's going to be very helpful. All right, so we have a wintry rapier blade and a wintry rapier handle. The handles are obviously going to have something to do with possibly maybe increased durability or maybe even special damage types. Who knows? So this is just a sword. We can disassemble this sword. It has weapon durability 74 of 80. I hope we don't have to check. Perhaps there's a gauge on screen in the HUD that we can see our weapon durability, or at least a bar. Maybe not an exact number. It's 6.8 pounds, so it is pretty heavy. It has slash and stab. Okay. At least that's what I'm reading here. It looks like slash and stab. Let's see, motivity, D technique, so looks like it's a B rating there. Physical attack we already saw, charge pulse cells, so each weapon of course is going to have the rate at which it charges your pulse cells once they've been discharged, so that's 9, we'll see how good that is. And then we have fable charge, which we saw is kind of like in the loading screen, possibly like a magic type attack. It might use a different type of resource, not stamina per se, but possibly anything related to maybe like whatever fable is, so your magic bar, if you will. Damage reduction rate while guarding 38.6. So we have storm stab and guard parry. So maybe by holding L1 I can parry. I'm not entirely sure. We'll have to figure that out, won't we? Okay. And then we've got our left arm of steel, the Legion arm. It's 6 pounds as well. Physical attack is all right. Got a B technique, C rating, I'm supposing. And then Let's see. Left hand parts made of metal. It throws forward strong punches. Left hand parts made with exquisite detail. They do not have special powers. Geppetto's name is faintly engraved on them. That's what I was like. The Legion arm cannot be modified. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, so there you go. There's the actual blade itself. Stab an enemy in front of you multiple times. That's when you hold R2. Time the enemy's attack correctly to deflect it and trigger a powerful attack. Maybe that's the L1. Okay, so charged R2 is one Fable art, and then the L1 looks to be the guard. Okay, so this is just talking about the lore of it a bit. The blade itself says it's a rapier blade that specializes in sharp thrusts. The long, light blade is well suited for hit and runs. People with cold hearts began wandering Krat long ago. Everyone welcomed the changes that brought wealth, but they were bound to pay the price. The handle says, a handle made to reflect the client's tastes. This handle, meant for a weapon used for duels, is elaborately engraved. The petrification disease swallowed everyone inside a winter crystal. One has no choice but to take it to the sword in order not to freeze. One has no choice but to take to the sword in order not to freeze. That is interesting. So essentially, that's giving us some lore about the current state of things. There was something called a petrification disease that pretty much trapped everybody inside and pretty much probably caused the state of things. What they called the paralysis or whatever. They referenced something in the beginning about the, I don't know, something like the ground zero of paralysis or whatnot. And that was another item, of course, that we read. So we have defense parts. Let's see. Not even sure what this particular item is. Maybe it's just our belt. Physical damage reduction. Parts enhance puppets' frames. Okay, absorb physical damage. A basic frame made by the Workshop Union. It is part that reinforced puppet frames made with standard dimensions. And this is, again, another part just showing our basic defenses. This is an appendage part that increases the attribute resistances of puppets. Enhances resistance to attribute status ailments. An old generation appendage made by the Workshop Union. Its design is old, but it is cheap and effective, so it is still the main one in use. And then we have a cartridge prototype. That is probably what we have to insert. Oh no, that's more damage reduction. Parts that apply to puppet circulatory system. So there's 4 parts. So we have like frames, I guess converters, cartridges, and then a certified liner. So they all have something that help improve our natural defenses. It's pretty interesting. Okay, so all right, I'm alright with that. We already looked at our items again. There was one thing I was gonna look at again. I forgot exactly. In the Paralyzed City. Okay, so that's where I saw that word. So in the Paralyzed City, that's where we saw how possibly was affected by the petrification disease. That's what happened. This is a white shirt, everyday attire that can be worn casually. It's imbued with someone's kind's consideration. It is casual attire, but made from a sturdy material. The old man was thorough when it came to his son's clothes, in anticipation of the rarest of disasters. Okay, cool. Well, I'm happy with that. That's all we have to wear, so nothing else. And we don't have any accessories, no hats. This is our bag. This is our own info. 10 required ergo. Okay. These are the stats that we've seen all throughout, including the Legion arm, our defense, things like that. Very cool. Alright, I love it. This is going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm assuming the bar on our right is our weapon's durability. The maximum number of pulses has increased. Look at us go. I guess from 0 to 1 is an improvement, right? Use a pulse cell to recover HP. There is a maximum of times pulse cells can be used. We already learned this, though. When you reach the maximum, the cell will be discharged. If you attack enemies while the cell is discharged, pulse cell will be gradually charged. Very cool. There's some enemies here. Looks like that dude's probably... Yep, he's alive. Come here, Broseph. There you go. Nice move. Look at the oil spread all over. That was beautiful. I love that. I like that I can create some distance as well. I would like to parry if I can, but I'm also afraid to take damage. Because I'm a coward. So that's fine. But look at that. The oil spray and all that. That is lovely. I'm loving that. Dim Ergo Fragment. That is probably, of course, a part of our currency. So Ergo Fragments must be the top right blue currency that we've been collecting. There you go. I do like the rapier. Nothing like a good dex build, you know? All we need to amplify our dex build is, of course, some sort of elemental affinity to just strengthen it further. Proc some elemental damage. That's the way you do it with dex builds. That's why they hate us so much. But again, normally I do like using a strength build to begin. But then, of course, in the last few games I've played, specifically Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, I did opt for the Prisoner in particular, and that was certainly a dex build. Well, here's the problem, Gemini. I'll call you Gemini. Okay, alright. Take it easy. There you go. Now I gotta roll. Okay. Good thing is, because the weapon is, I think, a little bit lighter, it's not taking a lot of stamina to use, so we can do successive attacks. Okay, there's this area here. I haven't been ambushed, you know, truly yet. That's possibly going to be an ambush, because when you see an item like that out in the open and you can't really see on either side, it's typically an ambush, just plain and simple. Well, the enemies don't last long. They certainly disappear after a while. Alright, so we can continue our way up or go down. I say we go down. Let's see what kind of fall damage we take. None at that height. That's reassuring. There's one right on the corner. There you go. So we anticipated the ambush. Easy peasy. So anytime you see an item just like that laying out in the open, obviously you see the blood trails too. Bunch of little red flags and indicators that, hey, you're probably going to get attacked. So we can use our belt, press up to activate the upper belt slot, or down to activate the lower belt slot, and then square to use the selected belt item. Hold down to activate the extra bag. Oh, okay, down is the big bag. And then X plus whatever to use the extra item. So there's pretty much 2 layers, just like in Elden Ring. When you're held triangle, for example, you could access a whole nother set of 4 different items. So, very cool. There it is. You know, I would like to actually see... Here's the thing, buddy. Oh, okay. Does this have unlimited use? Oh, it's my elbow. So now I'm back to full durability. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty cool. So my elbow is what charges. I guess there's no harm in overdoing it. I just really like the animation. That's cool. Alright. I'm not mad about that. Not at all. And what is this L1 and... Oh. So you have to press 2 buttons to time a parry. That's kind of disgusting, but that's okay. I can definitely adjust. We can certainly adjust to that. Alright. So far, really liking it. I think it's going to be great. Gotta look over here. It's probably going to show us how to do a backstab. If that dude doesn't wake up, we're good. Yeah, we're good. A rear fatal attack. There you go. There's a good old tutorial. Oh, lovely. Well, that didn't work. How close do I need to be, sir? How close must I be? Probably never get another one of those opportunities, so let's see. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna get one anyways. It's the kind of guy I am. Oh, balls. We do have iframes. Well, I was trying to go for a backstab, but hey, these guys got some pretty good turn radiuses. The Grand Exhibition. Make sure we don't get shot from this side. Yeah, that dude's maybe another backstab opportunity. There's not a dedicated like jump button or anything, so don't get spoiled, all the Elden Ring noobs. Passenger's note. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Definitely make sure to keep clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. Is that our first boss? Our demo boss? I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you, even if it's not much. Please survive, anyone. Don't worry about me, Mr. Passenger. Very nice of you. Very altruistic, but we're gonna make this work. Let's see, dash. Oh, you can. Look at this. Oh, that's a sexy little wee jump right there. Okay, I like that. Now I'm gonna try and get my backstab in hopes that there's nobody on either side of this guy waiting to ambush me. How close does one need to be? You have to see the slash marks. Okay, lovely. Gosh, that's powerful. And he gets a nasty little death animation too. Okay, these guys just, they run at you all funny like they're going to do something, but they never quite do anything. I was right though, we were going to be ambushed. Here you go, take this, sir. And that. Got the Fable Catalyst. Now what might that do? That's a pulso. It's a Fable Catalyst. A Fable Charge. A catalyst made to supplement puppet abilities rapidly charges Fable. The catalyst made puppets more efficient by circulating ergo energy within their bodies. This groundbreaking invention was based on one alchemist's idea. Okay, so the Fable Catalyst. Understood. I get it now. A dim ergo fragment. We know, of course, that is currency. The ergo is currency for us to use, possibly to upgrade our weapons and other things. Are there illusory walls? No. Well, this looks odd. I really want to break this wall. But I can't. Ergo is life. The Chamber of Machina Workshop. Now, I'm not sure, but that certainly seems like Latin. Aut viam inveniam aut faciam. I don't know. It's tough to translate. I'd have to Google that. So far, so good. Very solid in terms of a Souls-like experience. Alright, this is certainly the boss fight. Lock device. There are doors and ladders all throughout Krat that are locked by devices. You can unlock these doors or go down the ladders to create shortcuts. Okay, yeah. But before I do that... Oh, that dude's angry. I just don't want to trigger any cutscenes. Okay, so now we have that door open. Lovely. There's a dead dude there, so clearly we've been here. That dude's just hacking away, which is funny because he's probably not going to be the guy. He's probably not going to be the guy we fight. We've seen this before. You know, you see an enemy and then a larger, more powerful enemy just comes in and destroys him. Sir? Oh no, he's ugly. Okay, it's this guy. Hi. Okay, the first challenge. He has poise for days, it seems. I don't like your poise, sir. Let's see what it's like to heal. Not bad, and it's a pretty decent amount of heal as well. Look at you. I might just have to parry you, huh? That didn't work. Okay, that's interesting. I wanted to parry the big guy, huh? Okay, that's why I get it. Ooh, that didn't work. So much for experimenting, huh? On a big guy like this. The enemy's about to be groggy. Oh, when he's groggy, you can do a critical attack. Very nice. Okay, so you stun them, and then you do a charged attack, and then you do a weak attack to finish them off. That's not bad. Okay, well, I'm a little disappointed with myself not being able to time that right. I'm assuming it's right at that animation right there where the, you know, where he moves his arm to the right really quickly. You see that little pulse there? I think that's what we need to do. That's the moment where we need to pull that off. That's pretty tough to time, though. I'm not going to lie. I would need some practice with that, possibly in the main game. We can probably even fool around with it a bit in the demo, but... Okay. Now where do I go? You've opened this shortcut. Alleged shortcut. Now let's see if any other doors have opened up. Experience the future of the world. Alright, so nothing's gonna be back here, so there must have been something else we triggered along the way. We opened the shortcut for a reason. It's possibly because if we died, they want us to be able to return back to that other door. Now there's nothing here. Let's see. Did I get a key from that big guy? I could have. Krat Central Station main entrance key. It's a wordy one. That little guy. Ah, there we go. Welcome to Krat. We saw that in the trailer, actually, the release date trailer. Okay. Very nice. Is that a dog? That's a horse. Okay, that's gross. Rainy night. I don't think there's a day and night cycle. It's probably just gonna be driven based off story elements. There's a few items there. That seems like a big item, possibly because there's gonna be a boss fight out here. This does seem kind of boss arena-ish. Hello. Automaton puppies. So they call them puppets, so we'll use the proper jargon here. We've got Big Boy over there. We'll go the intended route. That's fine. Ooh, looks like a save point maybe. Look at that. Stargazer activated. This will be our little bonfire, if you will, a place where we can fully recover HP and stamina, as well as charge your pulse cells. You will revive at this point upon death. Remember, the process also revives enemies, not just your character. Oh my gosh! Where did you come from, sir? There's no way he followed me from over there, is it? Yep. No, he didn't. Where did he come from?
This is called a Stargazer. A marvelous device the Stalkers used in the past.
And who are the Stalkers?
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger.
So this is obviously how we're going to level up as well.
But
Somehow.
the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever. So be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
I wonder if that's true. Does the Stargazer actually lose effectiveness, or is that simply a story element? She's just saying that. I have a feeling that it may actually not, diminish or deteriorate over time. I have a feeling that it won't. So here we go. We have a nice little look at our upgrade screen, so we can see the attributes that we can manipulate, enhance, and increase. So we have vitality. Obviously that's going to impact our HP and our guard regain, and it's going to increase our defenses as well. We have our vigor, which is purely just stamina. I have a lot of vigor. I'm assuming it's because I'm a dex build, but maybe just to have successive strikes or something like that. Capacities, of course, the Legion arm and weight. Motivity is physical attack, and just our attack in general. I'm all about attack, so I really like to increase damage output as much as possible. It could scale with either motivity or technique depending on what we're looking at, so we might want to see. And now we know what motivity and advance mean when we're looking at weapons. Those letters, the B's and the C's and the D's, those were all actually the scaling with which they have. So you have motivity, technique, and advance. Those were three actual attributes that weapons can scale with. So that's really interesting. I didn't actually know that. So for example, our weapon number 1, which is our rapier, is going to scale with technique. So that's really neat. So we have motivity, technique, and advance. Advance seems to have a direct effect on Legion as well, so that's pretty interesting. And a lot of the elemental damage reductions. The technique is probably primarily dexterity, which makes a lot of sense, and motility might very well be strength. That's pretty neat. Okay, so good to know, good to know. I say we buff our vitality and of course our technique. We want to deal lots of damage, so let's see how much we can level. Okay, we'll do something like that. We'll go ahead and level up. We're going to use our ergo materials. And again, now it looks like we're maybe level 13, and we have 9 vitality, now 13 technique. Not sure what's his remaining ergo. Oh, okay, that's all I have left. And then storage. Cool, so you can store items if you have a surplus, maybe. Alright, I don't think that they guard right before getting hit. Oh my gosh. Okay, sorry. Try it right now. That was it, okay. Gosh, that's a hell of a animation. It's kind of actually tough to see through. I would like to do that again, so we're going to rest here. And this is a great opportunity to see if we can break the thing. Can we break the Stargazer? There was a second enemy that came in. I'm not sure exactly where he came from. Oh gosh, here we go. Oh, it's right at the moment of impact then. Come on. Okay, now I want to try this. We're going to go ahead and heal. That's tough. That is very tough to time. You can't even... You have to only do it maybe on big attacks. Wow. Okay, so holding L1 and guard preemptively is nice. Let's see if we can do it this way. Try again. Wow. We need a big swing. That is tough to time, I'll tell you that right now. Much rather do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, time to kill this guy, and then we can go ahead and use the Stargazer. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, I don't know. The parry animation is quite difficult to time. I just can't nail that for some reason. I would like to try one more time, though. Not even close. A nice... No. Come here, boy. You just have to really know their attacks, and right now I simply don't. I can do the guard at the right time, but having that extra animation to pull off the parry is pretty difficult, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. Alright, let's go this way now. Let us proceed, shall we? There's going to be a dog over here. Let's go ahead and take him out. Well, where's the dog? Puppy dog is on top of this, right? Trying to ambush us. Took some damage there. He actually jumped on me. There's our little friend. Our dapper little friend that snuck up on us. Alright, we'll kill this dog here. Having the charge R2 as the leading attack is pretty solid. Got another dog over there. As with most Souls games, locking on from a distance is your friend. It's always a great way to spot enemies from afar. So obviously we know there's a pup there, but we also have this friend over here. Ah, iframes are pretty minimal, which is cool. It's got to adjust. He's dead. Light attack for the pup. We'll go ahead and heal. Alright, we'll be stingy with our next heals, though. You guys know me. If I collect any item in a Souls game, I never use it. Krat Times issue 183. The Krat Grand Exhibition has been delayed. This decision was made to protect the citizens until the puppet frenzy that has recently paralyzed the city is under control. The occurrence began on Rosa Isabel Street, resulting in hundreds of casualties. While the cause is still unknown, the number of casualties and the scale of damage are both growing. As the crisis dragged on, the workshop and Venigni company, Krat's largest puppet factory, announced that they would offer emergency supplies to citizens and do everything they could to alleviate the situation. So there's a puppet frenzy, and there's obviously some sort of petrification disease as well. All kinds of stuff. We got a task force here. It says a task force is investigating the possibility of a fatal loss of the Grand Covenant, which is the control protocol of the workshop's puppets. However, there is no quick solution as of now, with the puppet frenzy creating more casualties. As the city braces for a resurgence of the petrification disease, the citizens were advised to stay indoors for their safety. However, many citizens are trying to escape through Krat Central Station, intensifying the general chaos. So, it looks like there was several calamities occurring at the same time. We had the petrification disease, which possibly affected the humans, and then we had the puppet frenzy, which was affecting the puppets and the automatons. So, it seems like they were getting is completely massacred from all sides. Nature and, of course, man's creation, which is the best at taking out mankind. Alright, so let's see. Very good. We got this dude patrolling the pathway over here. That means there's possibly even a dog friend. Let's see, we'll take him out. He's just hanging out. We'll take his friend out as well. Very nice. We have this pathway over here, and then of course this pathway up here. Well, while we're up here, oh buddy, old pal, let's sharpen our. I love that. That's a great animation, by the way. Now, I don't know if we call him P or Pinocchio. He's not really. He ain't worried about it too much. Golly, that's brutal. These guys have no poise, so they're pretty easy to attack. Sawtooth wheel, that's going to be locked from this side. Just kidding. Oh yes, the crates. You always have to roll into the crates. That's just a given. Doesn't seem like there'll be much platforming. That's about as much as we get right there. That jump you just saw. Let's see. Probably nothing over here. Save for some crates we can bust through. And then we'll go to the other side, take out the guy that's seated, and then we'll go downstairs. If there's a running attack, I'm going to check behind me because enemy could try and ambush from this area, but they didn't. We got this guy, the ranged attacker. He didn't seem to check his back, and apparently they have no knowledge of that. Can we do falling attacks? Yes, you can. You certainly can. This guy's just chilling in the wall. That's great. We'll go ahead and do this. Excellent AI. He must be suffering from all kinds of malfunctions. Okay, that's the opposite of this. So let's go down, and then if we need to, we'll search the rest of this area. I just don't know how much further down we can go. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yeah, it doesn't keep sprawling out and about. It doesn't seem to be a map either, so we just have to commit the pathways to memory. We'll retrace our steps. If you guys have followed any of my Souls-likes, we pretty much 100% everything we can in the first playthrough, and it's very thorough. This seems to be the other side of a shortcut door. So that's great. I love that we have a finite number of paths. Being closed off like that helps me have better direction. So of course we have this pathway that we know was locked. We had that pathway to the right, which is possibly going to be opened by a shortcut. And there was actually no other pathway that I saw over here anyway, so that means that we are just limited to this one pathway down here, so we can go down as far as we need to and continue our exploration. It's always good because the less number of paths you have, the better it's going to be for you to remember how to go back and perhaps backtrack and get anything you may have missed in your first run through. So anytime you first explore an area, it's so easy to miss some things, so you just want to make sure you're thorough, and the best way is to document those mentally if there's not a map available. Take mental notes. A momentary glitch, yes, yes. Hundreds of people have died as far as we know, possibly more, because if you look at the destruction, it's pretty widespread. I mean, I can only imagine that there's very few actual people left. To be honest, every person that I've seen is dead. So nothing we can do there. There is an item on the other side, hinting that, of course, we'll be on the other side at some point. Nothing's going to jump out of the fire? Ooh, Fable Arts. Triangle is our way to use Blade Fable Arts, while guarding you can use Handle Fable Arts. So both the blade and the handle have Fable Arts, and that is, of course, that blue glow that we saw when we pressed triangle, trying to time the parry that we just can't get down for whatever reason. So this says, weapons have distinct blades and handles that each have their own Fable Art. Fable Arts use up Fable slots, and different Fable Arts use a different number of slots. So this is pretty much Ashes of War. Charge Fable slots by attacking enemies with weapons. So that's probably that blue gauge below stamina. Oh, balls. Okay, I didn't know I could use it on nothing. He's enraged, it seems. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Alright. You know, I would love the ability to possibly roll backwards. You can do that unless you're locked on, which means that you'll probably have to do some combat while you're not locked on, which is not always fun. Oh, so I can see now. Now it's making much more sense. So essentially what it's saying is I have 3 bars available to me for the Fable Arts. When all 3 are filled, I can just hold triangle so I can use my Blade Fable Art. When I only have 1 available, then I can use my Handle Fable Art. Oh. Complexity. Nobody's trying to shoot me, that's great. We could go down here and see if this path ends. Hopefully it does, so we can circle back around. Yeah, it looks like it does.
Destination Hotel Quads.
That's where we're headed.
Location for observing the destination.
Alright. So by attacking, we can charge our Fable Arts. That makes much more sense. We've got the gunman over here. This dude's headless. I don't know if that means he just goes kind of into frenzy or what. We have a puppy dog over there. We'll grab this item down here. Some thermite. That must be, like, you know, fire bombs, grenades, whatever. You're more than welcome to come on down. Just trying to make sure that no one gets the drop on me here, so. Like this guy, for example. So we would have got ambushed. Now he has his friends. Alright, so see, it's always good to do a little exploration. You don't just jump into the fray. We do have quite a bit of iframes when strafing. The only problem is there's no way to jump backwards, which I don't really like. You can only... Well, there's no way to roll backwards when you're locked in. Or locked onto an enemy. You can only kind of do like a little step like that. And that's a little bit bothersome because you want to clear much more room. So the only way to do that is by removing your lock-on. which means you might be doing some battle or some combat without being locked on. Which I mean, that's not too big a deal, especially for anybody that's used to using colossal type weapons, things like that, in Souls games. An urgent repair tool. It's probably an instant repair, I'm assuming, right? But let's just see. This is Venini's urgent repair tool. Instantly repairs weapon durability. Let's see. An emergency repair tool made by Venini immediately restores weapon durability. An emergency repair tool that Venini made to support stalkers. Regrettably, its manufacturing facility was destroyed during the puppet's occupation, so has become a rare item. An item that we simply will never use in our playthrough, because we don't like using rare items. We'll do this instead. That's awesome. To be honest, only in a prolonged battle would something like that Venini's repair tool be needed. If you're not in any kind of prolonged battle with an enemy that just has an incredible amount of HP, I wouldn't really be too concerned about it then. But who knows, we could have some tanky enemies. We have somebody coming up the stairs as well, so let's go ahead and finish him off. Go. These guys aren't really worth using a Fable art on, but I will use the Fable art the next chance I get. We're completely covered in oil right now, which is really cool. Kind of reminds me a lot of Steel Rising, that whole kind of steampunk thing that we got going here. Alright, so we have a dog there. I'm surprised we don't have any other enemy trying to snipe or attack us from above, so hey, I'll take it. Anytime I don't have to worry about watching my back, trust me, I'm not going to ask questions. Illusory walls. We need to, I was looking at this one and saying, the prime location for a secret illusory wall. Alright. We'll come back this way. And nothing's jumped out from behind the crates or anything. They've all been pretty predictable in terms of ambushes and things like that. Let's see, I don't see anybody here yet. There's our shortcut. I only have one heal, which is not really ideal for exploration.
A powerful parade puppet is blocking the entrance, and that's the only way in. So please, be careful.
So you're pretty much warning me about an inevitable encounter with a boss. From this pathway, I think we just have to circle back up and to the left to... Well, gosh, that's a distance. But normally, after I defeat all of the enemies in any given area, if I'm now kind of exploring the area, or later parts of that area, so I can just go ahead and continue my exploration, I typically don't fuss too much with killing all the enemies again. It's just not really necessary. Be gone, fool. We'll see how far they follow, huh? This would be a great example anyways. But now that we have the shortcut, let's see how many friends we've made. Okay, oh gosh. They're all friends. That's crazy. Okay, so these fools, they track you for a while. I'm sure if I would have ran through without the, there probably is going to be a cutscene that's triggered and they would have just disappeared, but... We've got a jester. That looks like a merchant. That's a bad guy? Oh gosh, he's strong too. That thing's dead. He's not dead yet, he's strong though. Oh, it came right back. That just teaches you how to do your criticals then. You hold R2, get in front of them. I love that. Okay, cool. Well, now we know. Ouch. Alright. And then we got this old man.
Hello there. Welcome to Krot, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone.
Well, thanks for the words of encouragement. Let's see what you have to offer, big guy.
Out here alone? You could use some help. Here's a festival gift for you. Now get yourself something useful.
I thought he was going to give me something. Instead, he just opened up his inventory. What a gentleman. We have a throwing cell. This has, let's see, advance. A large output battery that can be thrown inflicts electric buzz damage. So advance must be electricity. Motivity, advance could very well be a bunch of different things, like the elemental type damage. And then motivity is probably like strength, and technique is probably, of course, dexterity. So after the puppet frenzy, people began to fashion weapons of resistance in their desperation. Many throwable weapons were manufactured, and these exhibited excellent results against their marching enemies. Electric Blitz Abrasive. This is obviously going to be like a resin. It's going to apply it, I bet. So it says temporarily imbues weapon with electric blitz. A special abrasive made by mixing electric blitz metal powders. Temporarily imbues a weapon with electric blitz. Wise stalkers are prepared to face any manner of variable that comes up in battle. Abrasives are another weapon that can turn the tide on constantly shifting battlefields. So this could very well mean that the boss up ahead is weak to, I guess it'd be electricity or electric blitz. We have a saber. We currently, I don't know what weapon we currently have, but let's see. Oh, this would be if I wanted to try, I see. So this is the Wintry Rapier's blade. We have this, and these are all the other starting weapons. So we could technically also grab the saber blade, which scales much better with, instead of technique and motivity, it scales a little bit better with motivity and technique, a little bit higher, I guess, on a little more balanced weapon, I suppose. It can also do a storm slash and concentrate, which we don't know what that does. And then we have the greatsword, which has motivity scaling of B and technique D, so this is technically a strength-based weapon. It's got some pretty decent damage. That's pretty neat. It's got link slash and absolute defense. Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. I'm actually really pleased, like, to see some of these other weapons available to us in the tutorial or demo. I'm not selling anything, but I'm keeping all my stuff. The only thing I got, you know what, I will buy. Hold on, buddy. You can only hold up to 3. Well, I'm curious. So now what I'd like to do. See how to equip this bad boy. So did I put it in the upper or lower belt, I wonder? Alright, upper belt it is. So that's for that, that's for that. You know, honestly, I'm going to change that. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I know the up is kind of like my utility. That's fine. We'll be weird with it. Okay, so we can go this way, which is probably just going to give us another view of the area we cannot access. Introducing the Parade Puppet. Here appears a terrific puppet who will enliven the parade. Introducing Parade Master, a remarkable parade puppet model from the workshop to celebrate the grand exhibition. So we're going to be facing off with the Parade Master, I'm assuming? Hello there, I am the Parade Master. I like singing and marching with people. Okay. The Parade Master has the following functions: 16 jolly songs, cheerful laughter, and 54 parade phrases, parade dances to delight children, and the strength to carry 6 men on his shoulders. This Parade Master was made big in commemoration of the grand exhibition. Check out its charms on the eve of the upcoming exhibition. So, clearly that's some foreshadowing as to who and what we might be facing off with. Not only did, whether it be, I don't know if it was Sophia, but maybe even Gemini had mentioned that there's something up ahead. And then we have this flyer showing the Parade Master. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can put 2 and 2 together, right? Also, once I attack it, I want to see how much additional damage this abrasive does. Alright, yeah, okay. No longer opening doors, it seems. Here's the Krat Festival. Ooh. Okay. Wow, he looks awesome. It is the Parade Master, there you go. 97 damage for R1. 277 damage for regular. Let's try something fun in a second, once I get some space here. Okay. Good thing is he does telegraph. Not so bad. There it is. Now we're getting something different. I don't know what he just said, but I don't like it. At the bottom of his health bar, he said something. I think he cursed me out. Nice delay there. Different attacks already. Ooh, good one. Good one. Hey, 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 he's raging on me. Alright, you wanna fight, bud? Let's go. Oh no. Completely whiffed that opportunity there. Ooh, he got me. He's saying something. And I wonder if there's a way or an item to possibly decipher what he's saying. So he got me. There was no first try there. I think I got a little excited about the prospect of using that abrasive. I definitely like his second form much better. Much more exciting. If you die in a boss battle, Death Ergo is created at the entrance. Oh, very nice. What a gentleman. Get away, demon. So we have a decent amount of iframes, so I'm not really complaining about it. I didn't use my left arm at all. Let's see. How far do they follow? Guess we'll find out. All we need to do though is head this way, and our Death Ergo will be right outside. It pretty much shows us how much we lost. Ooh, it looks so pretty. I love it. Okay, let's go through the fog. I mean, sorry, the wall. I love the intro, very cinematic. Ooh, I got a little sloppy there. To recover some of our blue stuff. Really? Mr. Parade Master, where are your songs? Play your songs for me instead of being such a jerk. I'm angry. Ow, he got me. Okay, touche. He said, I'm angry too. Oh, that one hurt. Yep, he's good. He's good and mad. I don't know if I can actually Ooh, he got me twice. Okay, he's good. You know what I'm thinking? Just so I can have a slightly more mobility is if I don't lock on. I know it's kind of silly, but I honestly feel really restricted by not having the actual dodge roll available. Now I'm going to check something. If I double tap dodge while I am locked on, is that going to give me a roll? It does not. It does not. Okay. Good to know. Also, I didn't use my left arm of steel. I should definitely try that. Alright, so this time we're going to fight a little bit unorthodox. We're not going to lock on to the enemy. His attacks are pretty decent. It's just the problem is when he's in his second phase, those are much harder to dodge and predict. So far, I'm definitely loving it. This is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Just a matter of toggling it on and off, I suppose. And that might not work, I mean, because it's a lot of more management. Yeah, I might just go with this locked on thing, it's fine. Just gotta adjust. He is big and ugly. Alright, see what he's got. He's got a handful of swing suits. This one right there that gets me. And then when he rages. Ooh, I didn't time that right. The timing's different when he loses his head. He got me again. I was actually in the middle of trying to heal, create some distance, and he said, nah, that's not going to happen. Oh, these are lots of different tips, actually. You can't dodge Grand or Fury attacks. I didn't see if you could perfect guard it, though. Throwing objects. Yeah, throwing objects is going to be powerful, and I guarantee that that would help and also do damage over time. It says, get different throwables as you play. You can attack enemies from a distance or throw something to distract them. Problem is, I really don't like using items in boss fights or in Souls games. I just prefer to just use melee and take them out that way. I'm very stubborn when it comes to these style of games, and yes, you have a plethora of different attack types and styles at your disposal, but I do prefer the good old slash. The good old hack and slash. Okay, I was say, do I hear an extra set of footsteps? I love the entrance animation. Very cool. He just has such boyish looks, so it's kind of funny. I don't take him as serious. Got me there too. Maybe that was the Fury attack. I gotta look and see if you can dodge those. I don't think you can. Just to get out of the way. Yeah, you just have to get out of the way. I don't think you have iframes with those. Good gosh, I'm glad that didn't hurt me. That spin attack is so annoying, but very effective. That right there also sucks. sir. He's gonna slash. Thank you. To get him stunned, but he has poise for days. This guy is so good. He is excellent at the game. He knows how to... He knows my every move. Boom. There you go. He's dead. Well, that was awesome, but it was also pretty tough. I like it. The difficulty's pretty solid, I'd say. We got the parade leader's ergo and quartz. There's a special kind of ergo with a different color. Oh, let's read what that does. So yeah, we barely made it unscathed. I mean, we made it totally scathed, I'd say. Almost died, I would say. But let's see exactly what all we picked up. We got our thermite and all that fun stuff. We got some ergo. We got some rare ergo, the parade leader's ergo. Ergo obtained from the parade master is packed with immense power. A treasure hunter may want this rare ergo. Although the entire audience disappeared in a pool of blood, the parade master was cheerful. As long as there's a king, the show must go on. So these rare ergos must actually, be something we can sell to a treasure hunter. And we know we can get 5,000, but there's got to be something more we can do with that, right? I hate to just sell such a beaut. Alright, this is certainly the way out. I don't want to be ambushed here, though. That's why I'm being so cautious. We got one hit. Fable Catalyst. That was an excellent boss fight, by the way. I did pretty poorly, but I can edit that out. I'm just kidding. The magic of editing. Okay. The greatest luxury you will ever experience. Give yourself the treat of an unforgettable day. Is it like anti-puppet, or what is happening here?
One more thing I should mention. The hotel's security excludes puppets like you. So you'll have to lie to get inside. You're a special puppet after all.
I have to say, I'm a real boy. Is that what I have to say? I'm curious. Now I'm intrigued, as this is where the lies of P come into play. Do I have a choice to lie or tell the truth? And if so, what are the ramifications for lying? Are there any, bad things that come out of lying versus telling the truth? Different endings, different pathways? Who knows? Well, apparently these guys got kicked out. They probably said, yes, I'm a puppet. We don't want to end up like those guys. Obviously this puppet or anti-puppet security is kind of jerkwads, so we're not going to stick around for too long. Let's see if there's anything we can get. Okay, no, this courtyard does. Let's close off. Got a hidden moonstone. That's cool. Let's read that. Obviously no one in the world can read that fast. So yeah, let's not do that. Where's my moonstone, damn it? Oh, there you go, quartz. A P organ ability activation part. A colorful tiny ergo fragment. It activates a special ability when equipped to the P organ. There is a special kind of ergo with a different color and vibration. The workshop uses this gem to bring out puppets' different abilities. Whoa. So we have a quartz material, and I guess this is a different colored ergo fragment that can activate a special ability. Maybe not at the Stargazers, but maybe at different workshops. We can actually enhance and equip different items to P or Pinocchio. We got a hidden moonstone. Oh, here you go. Upgrades normal weapon blade up to a +3. A rare enhancement material that can be obtained in different parts of Krat. It can upgrade the blades of common weapons. The moonstone was not from this world. However, it was the most optimal enhancement material. In their urgency, technicians pushed forward with using the Moonstone for a weapon upgrade without time to review it any further. So it could possibly even have bad effects, maybe from using it, but all we know is, hey, it's an upgrade material, so do we need to upgrade it only at a workshop, or how does that work, I wonder? You can destroy it, good gosh, no. That would be terrible. Why would one want to destroy it? Okay, well, we're not doing that.
Welcome to the sanctuary of the Grand Covenant. Prove your identity. Who are you?
Gosh. Boss.
Grand Covenant's fourth law. A puppet cannot lie.
Oh.
Welcome to
This is like iRobot, but Victorian times. Your springs are reacting. So because I lied, something bad happened. My springs reacted to that. I said that I was human, and maybe whenever you have to say yes, I am more human or whatnot, that maybe you end up becoming more human. And whereas if you were to tell the truth, maybe that gives you a different outcome altogether. So we're at Hotel Krat. I'm assuming that's possibly the end of the demo. I loved it. I thought that was fantastic. I can't believe it. I mean, I guess it was a pretty decent length. It says Lies of P, but it doesn't necessarily say thank you for playing the demo. So I feel like there's possibly even more to it. If so, I'm intrigued. And I would love to play more. Oh, look at this. We're actually in Hotel Krat. And there's Sophia, the butterfly chick. Look at this.
I'm so happy to see you. I am Sophia. I've been waiting for you. Searched all over the city of Krat to find you. You must have questions. Geppetto will have answers, but we have to find him first. He was last seen on Elysian Boulevard. All of Krat is dangerous for humans, and that neighborhood is one of the scariest. Please find Geppetto on Elysian Boulevard. I'll explain more once you find him. Wait, take this pocket watch. Krat is a labyrinth of peril right now. This watch will guide you to a safe place. Be careful, clever one.
Look at the Moon Phase pocket watch. Let's chat with her a bit more before we look at the item that we just got.
Look at Gemini. I think he's in shock.
Gemini is fine.
That's proof you're broken. The real Gemini isn't so calm. I'm no inventor, but perhaps I can fix him. Or perhaps he'll fix himself in time.
And I wonder if we have a choice there. I feel like this game's going to have a lot of different choices. Do we have Sophia fix Gemini, or are we going to allow him to fix himself? Because it had the ellipsis meaning like ... Do we have a choice?
I'll use my power to help you.
She can level up. She's pretty much the firekeeper of Lies of P. And I like that. I need to do max damage. Okay, I need more damage. We need more. About Ergo.
Is the miracle that made Krat prosper. Without Ergo, there would be no automated puppets to make Krat wealthy. When you move, you tap into the power of Ergo within you. Gather more, Ergo. It will make you stronger.
So ergo is essentially like the souls. It's the spirit. It's animating the puppets. About Monad's lamp.
In the folklore of Krot, a cricket often acts as a guide. That is why these automated models became popular. But Gemini is unique. He's more than just a guide. As you get more familiar with Gemini, you'll see what I mean.
I am interested to find out what all she means by that. So let's take a look at the moon phase watch she gave us. Moon phase pocket watch. A pocket watch from Sophia. The power inside the watch returns the user to the last Stargazer he visited or to the hotel's Stargazer. A pocket watch imbued with mystical power. Power of watch turns back time to when the boy was in peak condition. Teleport to hotel or last Stargazer used. That is awesome. Is that a single use? Or, I mean, I guess we can use it more than once. That is pretty cool. I mean, I can't imagine I'd want to do that often, so it wouldn't be in my belt, but that's pretty neat. Let's use this Stargazer. And, oh, we can teleport to another Stargazer. We have the ability to do that already. Or storage, which we saw storage already. We seem to have... Ooh, our bag's kind of full, huh? The things go into... I guess after we hold the maximum amount in the bag, the remainder seem to then end up going into your storage. So I think we're fine. And there's certain things you simply can't place in storage. So, okay, well, that's pretty cool. I think that's fantastic. That's going to be the end of part 1, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Lies of P is already going to be an excellent game. I am actually eagerly awaiting September 19th. But what that means is that we'll have to beat Blasphemous 2 and Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon pretty quickly so we can jump to this game with a fresh slate and see not only what the story has to offer, but what other excellent gameplay mechanics it has. It's done it very well. I would say it's used the Souls-like formula and executed it very well. It looks beautiful, and it does seem to have a very engaging and compelling story that I can't wait to find out what the mysteries really are. Is it really important for us to tell the truth or lie? Are there ramifications for that? You know, what kind of power does our choices actually have in the game in terms of endings, different branching pathways, etc.? Or is it simply the illusion of choice, and in the end, there is no difference? So, really looking forward to that. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you love content like this, please be sure to subscribe. Check out more content like this. I do guides and videos like this all the time, so be sure to check it out and do subscribe. It helps out the channel immensely. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. We'll be completing the rest of the series the rest of the week and also playing some Final Fantasy 16. So, until next time, it's the Inhuman One signing out.